The 10 world facts you'll never hear are the most interesting. The Earth is full of fascinating, amusing, and interesting information, with over 7.8 billion people living in over 200 countries. For example, the largest percentage of pet owners on the planet can be found in the homeland of the Kiwis. One of only 2 flags in the world that uses the color purple is that of Nicaragua. Interested in learning more information about the world's expanding population? Continue reading to discover some fascinating facts about the past, present, and future of the Earth. Number 1. About 69% of the freshwater on Earth is stored in glaciers and ice sheets. According to Water in Crisis, a guide to the world's freshwater resources published by the United States Geological Survey, the seas hold just over 96% of the world's total water supply, USGS. But the majority of that is seawater. Since 68.7% of the world's freshwater is covered in ice caps, glaciers, and ever-present snow, you must travel to the poles to find it. Join our daily email to receive additional information delivered directly to your inbox. Number 2. The highest wind gust ever measured on Earth reached a speed of 253 miles per hour. This isn't your typical windstorm, so hold on to your hats. A record-breaking tropical storm by the name of Olivia made landfall off the Australian island of Barrow in 1996. The peak of Olivia's eyeballs 5 intense 3-second wind gusts, which reached 253 miles per hour, broke the previous wind record of 231 miles per hour established at Mount Washington, New Hampshire back in 1934, according to the Weather Channel. Number 3. The most severe droughts in Europe in 2,100 years occurred recently. Since 2015, Europe has been hit by prolonged dry periods and sweltering temperatures, which have resulted in severe droughts. In an effort to identify the cause, research led by the University of Cambridge examined isotopes in the rings of ancient European oak trees in Central Europe that formed over thousands of years and was published on the website of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. According to EurekAlert, they found that the dry spells are a product of human-caused climate change and accompanying shifts in the jet stream. Number 4. Hawaii is the best place in the world to watch rainbows. Hawaii is the perfect place to visit if you enjoy watching rainbows and want to see as many as you can. The mountains in the region create high variations in clouds and rainfall, which are important to abundant rainbow sightings. In terms of both quantity and quality of rainbows, Hawaii tops the list thanks to air pollution, pollen, and a lot of cresting waves. Number 5. Greenland contains petrified vegetation buried under 1.4 kilometers of ice. Greenland. Has it, however, always been so icy? The fact that well-preserved fossil plants and proteins were discovered at the bottom of a 1.4 kilometers core sample from Camp Century during the Cold War indicates that the huge sheet melted and then reformed at least once in the last million years. Number 6. The ocean floor may be mapped using whale songs. The berry white of the water, fin whales are. According to Scientific American, the male's deep, booming songs, which are used to attract mates, are the loudest of all marine species and can be heard up to 1,000 kilometers, 600 miles, distant. Due to the fact that sound may travel as far as 2.5 kilometers, 1.6 miles, beneath the surface of the water before it bounces back and provides researchers with precise data, they can also be used to musically map out the ocean floor. Additionally, a 2021 study published in Science shown how employing a fin whale's song can be much more beneficial and have less of a harmful influence on marine life than using the standard instrument that researchers use, which is a huge air gun. Number 7. Deep-sea volcanoes have produced new animal species. A 2020 study of a deep-sea volcano near New Zealand, published in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences of the United States of America, revealed over 90 putative bacterial and archaeal genomic families and nearly 300 previously unknown genera. Finding previously undiscovered organisms in the depths of the ocean may sound like something straight out of a sci-fi horror movie. Like deep-sea volcanoes, hydrothermal vents have been connected to the origin of life in certain studies. So, are we observing the first indications of a future land population? All we can do is wait and see. Number 8. Mount Everest has grown since it was last measured. Although Mount Everest may not have physically grown since it reached adulthood a long time ago, the most recent measurement taken by surveyors from China and Nepal shows that the mountain peak is taller than we previously believed. According to NPR, previous observations have ranged from 29,002 feet above sea level in 1856 to 20,029 feet in 1955. But following a protracted process of using GPS equipment to measure the peak, researchers have now determined that Mount Everest is actually 29,031.69 feet tall due to plate tectonics. Number 9. Flowers' colors are changing as a result of climate change. Don't worry, your beloved red roses won't turn turquoise overnight, but flowers all around the world have changed as a result of an increase in UV radiation caused by the ozone layer thinning over the past few decades. According to a 2020 study led by researchers from Clemson University, flowers' UV pigmentation has risen over time, which has caused the pollen to degrade. Despite the fact that we cannot perceive the color change with our eyes, pollinators like bees, who are drawn to the vibrant colors that flowers create, have a lot of trouble with it. Number 10. The oldest profession in the world is dentistry. Dentistry has existed from the beginning of time, perhaps not quite that long ago. However, a research discovered proof of tooth drilling in skulls from 7,500 to 9,000 years ago. The holes were probably drilled with a primitive bow drill. Could that be the first dentist's creation? According to the BBC, more biting research on a 14,000-year-old skull at the University of Bologna in Italy revealed that a rotting tooth in the jaw had been purposefully scrubbed and scraped with a tool. That makes dentistry one of the oldest occupations ever noted, which is undoubtedly cause for celebration.